The bugle of an elk, what a beautiful sound. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. That sound is why we are here today. My name is Michael Arden, and I'll be giving you a quick presentation on our engagement activity to involve our stakeholders and community with the reintroduction of elk. So our objectives is to have community outreach and input. So we're looking to gain insight on the beliefs, culture, ethics, economy, and the impact from our stakeholders in order that our wildlife managers can have an informed decision on creating a wildlife management plan and to address any problems that may be involved in that. One of the ways we're looking at doing that is conducting a public survey. So we want to, it's going to be about 20 questions. It's going to be offered through a mail-in, or if we're going to call the different residents to have a really good feel of how they feel about introducing elk into Virginia. And this is ultimately to establish or successfully establish elk herds here, not only for us, but to also have a benefit to our community. So we really want to hear from you on how you think this will go and what you think the best way to go about doing this is and the benefits and negatives of that. Ultimately, this is so that we can minimize not only a species, but personal property to our residents as well. So, our stakeholders that we're looking at are our hunters, our local businesses, our agriculture and farming, conservationists, and residents. Each one of these will be represented by some subject matter experts on each of the categories. So, for example, we're looking at having like the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation for our hunting community. Our local businesses will be people from the Chambers of Commerce, agricultural and farming industries and organizations, some conservationists, so like the Wildlife Society, and also some residents represented by our sheriff department. So why elk? So why do we want to introduce the species to Virginia? So one of those is the historic range. So elk used to roam Virginia until about the 1800s, when they were ultimately killed off through habitat loss in the hunting trade, or fur trade, sorry. So we're also going to have, it'll bring in new hunting opportunities. We'll have some wildlife viewing and tourism, so other people from the states can come in as well. Economic benefits, and then have some deer competition for food to hopefully help us control those populations, since we have a lack of presence from predators. So our issues with this that we can foresee is the impact to agricultural and farmers, so crop loss, grazing on cattle land, damage to personal property, and damage to fencing. Solutions for these issues are community outreach and education. So just what we're doing with a stakeholder meeting. So we're looking at gaining insight and input from the community on how we can best resolve these issues. Maybe there's issues that we're not realizing currently. We also are looking to involve the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. They're ultimately the subject matter experts on elk. They've had a lot of success in other states around Virginia, such as Kentucky and West Virginia. We're also looking at possibly providing funding for farm grants to provide protection to their personal property, along with kill permits, and ultimately will help with if there's just one or two elk that are continuously being a problem, we can issue some kill permits to be able to remove those elk. But we'd also like to hear about better solutions for those as well. So this event will be held at Montgomery County High School Auditorium. It'll be the time at 6 p.m. and the date will be August 18th, 2021. Thank you for your time, and hopefully I'll see you there.